What's up, Internet? Welcome to my Connecticon 2013 video. First off, I need to apologize for the poor camera work that you will see throughout the video. I felt awkward filming as I wasn't looking forward to answering a whole bunch of questions about what it was for. I guess I have a problem with self-promotion, as I even feel weird about sharing my videos on Facebook, even though I usually do. So most of this was shot from the hip or under the guise of taking a photo. Cowardly. Anyway, this is what I believe is my 7th or 8th year attending Connecticon, and it just keeps getting better every year. In the first few years that I would attend, I would just go and waste all of my money and time in the dealer's room, and then go home without experiencing anything else that the con has to offer. Even this year, I went to 8 panels, spent hours getting my ass handed to me in the game room, and failed to get chosen for Nerd Jeopardy, which I'm pretty sure I would have won, and I still know there was a lot that I missed out on. This year, they expanded the con territory over into the hotel next door, where they held larger panels and had a vast manga library, and I never even set foot over there. As for panels, I feel Connecticon has a great panel staff, and even the one panel I attended that started late was amazing. And it wasn't even run by the original guy. He was just a stand-in talking about the same subject. If you ever attend a convention that has a panel hosted by Rim and Scott of Geek Nights, consider it a must-see. I'll link to their website and one of their recorded panels below so you can see what I'm talking about. Now, as I mentioned, I went to Nerd Jeopardy for the first time this year. While it was frustrating to sit on the sidelines when I felt like I could be answering most of the questions and winning the whole thing, it was still a great time. Multiple panels this weekend also clued me into possibly the greatest anime I've ever seen, Attack on Titan. I've never had an anime exceed my expectations more than Attack on Titan. Even if you are not an anime fan, I suggest you give it a chance. It might win you over. One great improvement they had at Connecticon this year is the lack of bag checks for the video game area. In previous years, I would go into the game room maybe once per weekend because it was such a pain in the ass and a waste of time having to hand over my bag and then having them have trouble finding it again. It was kind of like going to the fucking airport. It was kind of scary one year. Another thing I gotta say is, I can't really comment on any of the cosplay you see here, because for the most part I had no idea what most of these people were wearing. And if anybody actually knows what causes these kids to dress up as gray-skinned little demons with horns, and some of them are pretending to smoke cigarettes, and they run at each other and scream and like hug each other, whatever that is, just let me know so I can avoid it at all costs. One thing this year that I was not impressed with was the dealer room, which I feel has actually gone a little bit downhill. They used to be vast and had many options, especially as far as video games go. This year they only had one dedicated video game seller, and even they were selling video game t-shirts and anime t-shirts and stuff like that. So they weren't even, I couldn't even say they were dedicated. And their prices were outrageous. They wanted $35 for used Final Fantasy Tactics for the PlayStation 1. And I looked at the manual and it looked like it had been bent in half most of its life. Another game I was actually just testing them on is Legend of Legaia, which I know goes for around $40, $30 to $40, maybe less online, because I've been looking to get it. And they wanted $60 for it used, which is pretty ridiculous. Most of their games were brand new sealed, but their prices were insane. Sealed Ehergize, and I know I'm butchering the title, it's that fighting game that Square made back in the day that featured Cloud and I believe Tifa. Maybe Sephiroth, I'm not really sure. But they wanted $100 for it sealed. And this is a game that I could go on eBay and find a used copy for like $26, buy it now. That just seems outrageous to me. Obviously, they had their head up their ass on pricing. I did purchase some other things in the dealer room, like some Pocky, always enjoy that. And they also had these cool Pokemon starter bead art things, which I don't really know what to call them. They're pretty cool. I've definitely seen other people with these in their videos, that they have them in their game rooms, and I'm looking forward to having all those in mine. The dealer's room this year didn't destroy my wallet as it has in previous years, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. And I would like to take this opportunity to officially announce that I'm going to be enacting what I'm going to call the $40 challenge every weekend for when I do Weekend Adventure and Video Game Hunting, my main show on my channel. And what that is every weekend I am restricted to using only $40 of my money as far as tag sales, garage sales, any thrift stores I go to, the flea market, because I found that I'm probably spending way too much money on the weekend. On 4th of July, I actually did get a really good deal, and that would have been perfect for a video. I spent $45, but I wasted gas money, I went out, and I spent like another $100 that weekend just to get more games, and it's actually gotten to the point where it's a little ridiculous. So I'm going to be doing this thing, the $40 challenge, and what that basically means is every weekend, starting next week, or this weekend coming up actually, I'm going to restrict myself to $40. I'm only going to go out with $40 in my wallet. If I can't afford something, I'm going to have to leave it behind. That's just how it is. And any money that's left over from that weekend, if there is any, will carry over to the next weekend. So, like, say I have $10 left over, I'm going to have $50 for the next weekend. So I could actually, like, build up and find something great that I could afford. So I feel like I've been relatively positive in this video of my Connecticon review. So if you'd like to stop watching here and not have a bad taste in your mouth, you might want to stop watching here. You still with me? Alright, let's watch this quick flea market clip where I'm bargaining for a Deanna Troi action figure from Star Trek, and then we'll get into my rant. How much for this?
$10. It's 3 years old. About 8.
Nah, I'm good.
What do you want to give me?
Just thinking more like 4.
Give me 6.
I'm gonna have to pass.
Give me $5.
No, I'll do 5. Now, I think I did a pretty decent job of getting this guy to drop his price, just by moving further away from the toy. I wanted this because I knew Marina Sirtis was going to be at Connecticon because I saw her the previous day, so I figured it was fate that I found this action figure today. Fast forward to later that day at the con, and I ask Marina if she can sign my toy, and she says it's $40 for a signature. The fuck? I didn't even say anything to her. I just walked away. $40 to do a half-ass scribble on a toy that shares your likeness? I'm from a Magic the Gathering culture where their artists sign thousands upon thousands of cards on the weekends that they attend events just because the people love their work, and they do it for free. The idea of asking for money for something that takes 2 seconds of their time is ridiculous to me. Hell, her figure signed is worth less than $6 on eBay. Take a look at this. The whole thing left a bad taste in my mouth as I found out actor Michael Trucco, I believe that's how you say his name, from Fairly Legal and Battlestar Galactica, and some other shit that I don't care about, was also charging for his signature, so this is apparently common practice. If you feel the same or disagree with me, please leave a comment below, and please leave a like rating and subscribe also while you're down there. If this is the first video of mine that you've seen, I mainly do video game hunting / pickup videos, but I'm thinking about branching out into other geeky things like anime and maybe comic books, so we'll have to see. So as always, keep it real, Internet.